Okay, tell you what, I'll take back all I said about Yoru being bad if he actually uses his footsteps to kill Killjoy stuff this game. If not, like Sean said, we're setting Yoru back at least 3 months here.
Is Sean here? No. Okay. I wanted to ask him like a change for the footsteps to see if like what he thought, if it's a good idea or a bad idea. And I could only ask him because, you know, he actually cares about the character, unlike you.
Yeah, no, I don't really care about the character. You could, okay,
Sad.
I think I'm just giving a lot of hate to Yuri, but I feel like he could be good. You just have to like use his abilities.
Yeah,
and get
I want to give them
the whole team really has to be on that like same page, right?
Yeah.
Got to map 3, they looked out.
Comms have to be really good too.
I think that it was just very close.
There's no worse feeling than throwing a flash, calming it, and nobody does anything off of it.
Just team flashing your whole team.
Or that, just team flashing too, yeah.
Those after plant setups. In fact, they don't even have a Viper, as you said, so how could they even pull them off?
Well, they don't have a Viper, they're not playing with the Brimstone, so they don't have the Molly to come in. You know, this is something that you have to listen to the interview Vikings did, right? They said, hey, we're just going to stick with the Brazilian style. And they just don't have enough time to innovate their comp.
Yoru the Brazilian style? Is that...
Well, true, they did line us a little bit there. I'll be honest, like they got rid of the Rays and the Phoenix, so I don't know how much Brazilian is left in them at this point. But I'm loving whatever it is coming out of them right now. They've got to innovate, they've got to keep opponents on their toes. And I'll tell you who's on their tippy toes, jumping back towards the site.
Wow.
The headshot through the turret,
Yeah.
the wallbang.
They want to go through garage. That's where Suda
They were running to SC and then they're just like, nope. Ran back to A.
Through the legs of the turret. It doesn't get much unluckier than that, but now we're going to see the push, the dash, straight into the back of the site. It is that 1v1 that ends in Link's favor, but the trades not going too badly. The problem now, though, is the time.
Dude, that's so common, I feel like.
The mouse jump?
Yeah.
It does happen a lot.
Already Cryptic shutting down one. It's left onto Sassy. He needs to find all 3. And Yampi, well, it's not quite the 4K of the last pistol round, but you know what? I think 3
Makes me wonder, do you just go back to spacebar or what?
We got back-to-back Yoru picks.
I want to know what mice they're using. I want to call out these. I don't know if it's the player or the mouse. It's got to be the player. At this point, in the current year, if they're using any kind of a recent mouse, certainly it's just them.
Yeah, just accidentally like slipping their fingers.
Yeah.
Literally never. Like all the games I was working on, never Yoru, because we got like it happened twice in a U, I think, since he's been released.
Both on this map.
Both on this map, but that's exactly it, right? If you're gonna do it on Ascent, I expect you to do it on Haven. I don't know.
Oh my God, is that guy is he using the top? What was that? The top top of it disappearing, the crosshair?
I think that's just the spectator bug. But maybe I don't know. I mean, everything else is the same with what they're using, so maybe they are using it.
Yeah, was that? I think that was Killjoy that's using. I couldn't tell, but oh, gate crash.
They are here to fight for round.
Look at where it is right now.
Yeah, it's gonna. Well, that's not gonna.
If he uses it, he is dead.
They're already gonna clear out the majority of that extra utility. Now, we know the way that Draken was playing it was to try and get those sneaky rotations into the back of the A side.
You know what's interesting? Not many people do this, but there's a way and a world in which you line those Yoru, like you line them up a little bit rather than just like throwing them and guessing. You could line, like you, from where he threw that, he might have been able to bring it to heaven. It just would have taken like an extra 15 seconds. Yeah, because if you angle, like, imagine if you angle it a little bit more to the left where it's going to be closer to the wall, but it's still moving forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll take like an extra 15-20 seconds, but it'll eventually get there. Dude, I've thrown, like, just by sheer accident, I've thrown some weird gate crashes that you'd never think they got to, or like it just doesn't make any sense. So it makes me wonder if somebody actually went through and tried to do some lineups with it. You could probably do some pretty sweet stuff. But you know,
I bet that's true.
Who bothers practicing Yoru though? Like nobody's gonna take you seriously.
I would be so down to play in the weekend tourneys, Shroudy.
Hell yeah.
But, yeah. I
I'll be honest,
problem is
like,
I just need to know
once
ahead of
Scream
time
got
so I
the
can
other
get
couple
help.
of kills, I thought it was in the bag. Like, he had the HP advantage, seemed to have a very good idea of where
I was
his
supposed to
opponent
plan
was
one of
gonna
these
be.
VCTs,
Did it kill
but
again?
I've been
The one
fiending
thing
it,
I will
dude.
take
I want to
from
play
the last
so
map
bad.
that I think definitely was
it'd be
worth
fun.
from them
Like I know
was
I'm
the
not
addition of
like
Astra.
I know it's not gonna be a dub or anything.
Yeah.
Maybe win a cup like a game or two or something. Like
It's just fun to
just
compete,
fun. It's just fun
yeah.
to play. That's all.
Really don't bring that agent
Yeah.
in whatsoever.
It's a totally different
And a lot of the
experience
teams
when you're
we've
playing
seen with some
5v5
real
in this game
strength,
against
with
like a
some
coordinated
backbone to
team.
their roster,
You get to
like
play
Vikings,
how the game is
for
like meant to
example.
be, I feel like.
Yeah.
We've been playing this agent a lot, so
You guys
it's
both
a
were on
way
that
in
one
for sure.
team, OGC,
Now, on
and
the
you
other
like
side
beat
of
one of the
things, there is a big
teams to
stop
qualify for like an event, and then you just like threw the last couple of rounds, right? Like you beat one of the Brazilian teams, didn't you?
Oh, it's because yeah, no, there was a in CS, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a world in which we could have actually qualified, but I had a sponsored stream, so we just
So we
threw.
couldn't have gone.
Yeah, there was yeah,
Lucky.
yeah.
So we beat a good team that actually ended up qualifying, and then we said, "Nah, we're not gonna go. You guys can actually go." we got up to match point and we left the server or something, right? I don't
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We were kind of like there was a world when we were qualifying and we just left and then they qualified.
Yeah, so that way like none of the bets got fucked up. Or
Yeah,
anything
we
like
didn't want to
that.
make it like weird.
Yeah. So we didn't actually win. We got to like match point left.
Yeah.
The only issue I have is that the weaponry they currently have is
I fucking forgot about that actually.
to get back into the site. You don't have
I feel
was-
like I remember watching it. It was like Team 1 or something you guys beat, wasn't it? Or like
I was playing from Tyler's house.
Scream still making it costly, and more importantly for him, this is now on his
Wait,
res.
you were playing
One of
from
the most
Tyler's?
powerful weapons
Yeah.
we have in this game.
I didn't know that.
Dropping a lot of
Huh.
weaponry while he
I wasn't
does
on my
it.
home setup.
Now saving this into the next round, however,
We were owning, dude.
probably not going to be worth it. So I imagine just not trying to give that over to his opponent. May even want to just die to the spike.
Yeah, that's it. You see him there. He looks for a weapon so he can escape away, but then realizes the best I've got is the Spectre. It's not worth it.
I don't even remember what the sponsor stream was.
And the logic of this,
So
for
long.
anyone at home, because I think this is the first time we're seeing
Justin's
this,
favorite
in
Raid
the
Shadow
series.
Legends.
But obviously it's happening.
I remember. It was like a Netflix
Is
show.
that if you
It was something like really important.
Oh yeah, that's why I was at Tyler's house. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to go film something in LA for a Netflix
Yeah.
show. Yeah.
It was something really important.
It was
that you
Bird.
couldn't back out
It
of.
was Bird Box. Netflix Bird Box. I was filming like some weird thing. I don't know.
Is it the
It-
Sandra Bullock one?
Yeah.
Where she's like blind?
The only reason it was like important though is because like that was the first intro for me and kind of like loaded as a whole, like Netflix having interest in creators, right? So I didn't want to like bring that, like I don't want to say no to that. I'd love to
What?
promote
He's gonna
more
come out of
Netflix
this?
stuff.
No, he has to go back.
Are you watching Shroud stream, Sean? You're a little behind.
Oh no, I'm on the Valorant stream. Maybe it fell back when I left.
Giving them that man advantage.
Oh, I see.
By the looks of it, Yumpy already set up to try and get that retake started.
Oh yeah, he is. There goes the lockdown. And they actually
Yeah, I
delayed
remember I
the
was like
plans
so
a little bit.
stoked
It looks like they're gonna
for not only you but like
completely
all
avoid
of
it now because the
gaming. When I
tide
saw
is
that
so
partnership, I was
low.
like,
They're running back.
holy
They're
shit.
starting to
Yeah, it's
move,
cool. It's just
and maybe not even looking for the secret
now
anymore.
I think like
Sneaky little
I mean it didn't really like
orbs
start
might
anything, but it's
realize
cool how
just about enough
more
and that
movies
delay
and all these like
players
promos are
pushing
happening more on
when the
Twitch.
goal pops. Grant's Vikings
Content
are
creators.
bringing sight. That's such a
Especially
bad
during
rotate.
like this pandemic, right? There's all this ad money that they didn't know what to do with. So they just threw it at influencers and content creators, YouTubers, whatever.
I was like, I'll take some.
Yeah, I'll take some.
Give me a little bit.
Oh wait, this person that is literally recording themselves in their bedroom has more viewers than all of our TV shows? What the fuck? That's what the boomers are probably saying. And they're like, pay him whatever the fuck he wants.
No, it's good. It's being heard on the
It's
way
actually
through.
so
There's the
funny.
flash pop to allow
Streamers
a little
just
bit
do
of
this shit
aggression,
from
but
like
they
their
don't
room,
get
you
the
know?
kill that they want off this
So
little window
casual.
with the man advantage
Yeah.
value to just trade
Oh my
out
God,
one after
an accidental
another.
headshot.
It's not quite a trade there, Link, but he drops down feeling the confidence and catches the headshot, allowing the defuse to come on through. That will be 2-2. Liquid.
Oh, I just realized we have a
Did you like Bird Box? It was okay.
Too far away for Vikings.
the
And we
fuck?
said the Vikings invested a lot.
Is
They're doing
Brimstone
the-
comment on Haven?
To invest into this if they want to. They can
I feel like it's
probably
the
go for a buy.
teams that like to do the post-plant stuff with the double Viper Molly, Brim Molly, Sova Shocks, or in this case, Killjoy Mollies. Like, what can you do?
His ult has to be really good on this map, though, right?
And his ult too, yeah.
Yeah. Like those C hits. Dude, anywhere. His ult has to be super powerful on A hits, C hits, or B. Like anywhere. Garage.
Whose ult?
Covers everything. Brimstone.
Oh, yeah.
He had the res, and that gave them that 4v3.
We'll see what he does with his ult. Oh, his dart missed.
I don't. Did it
I'd
miss?
be
Or
tilted.
did it miss, or
I mean,
did like they not think you could crouch here? Maybe they tried to stand or something.
An opening duel towards Liquid.
Maybe.
Like when they practice,
Anytime-
like when they practice it, you know.
Yeah, I have an arrow that clears all of that. I'm surprised. Maybe it's the crouching. I don't know. That's weird.
Sadaki, I think the reason we see him actually switch up the
Spencer,
Are you saying the same
I
air?
have an arrow mark.
The same air? Do you bounce it off the ground like that too?
Yeah.
So it's
Like, there
probably
was a-
very similar. Yeah.
Maybe he did a little pixel off or
Yeah.
something.
Actually doesn't go his way. Now, considering the weaponry that's involved for Vikings in this round, a free rifle, I'll take that all day long.
Oh.
Shit.
Certainly he doesn't expect this guy to already be through, right? Never mind. There's Yoru. There he is.
Wait, how did he get there?
He just ran through.
Oh, he ran through. Okay, I thought he did this gate crash. Did he not have a backup gate crash to get
Oh,
out?
that's really deceiving. The Sky ult thinks they're all short A, but these guys are already like by C. Oh my God.
Why is the spike going alone through Garage? Well, okay, they've thrown that round away very, very quickly. Any hope they had?
Damn, he just cranked that bird. I didn't even know you could turn it that fast.
It's gone.
Dude, I feel like the birds are so... There's so many cool ones that probably haven't been found.
Yeah, like over the map maybe. I don't know
Yeah.
exactly how they work, but I bet you can fly them over in certain spots.
Dude, I bet if you got good enough with it, you could send it out of the B site on split from like attacker spawn and loop it around like to blind people in the B site. I've tried it by showers on bind. You can do it on showers. You can throw it over showers from like inside the site and take it down and bring it back out in front of the attacker side showers. There's like so many crazy things.
Are you talking about like through that hole in showers?
No, just over
Just
the
straight
ceiling.
over.
Just
Oh, okay.
over the ceiling of showers.
Do you think it would fit through that hole? No way, right? Where the dart
No, it
lands?
does. It does.
It
fits
does?
through the hole.
What?
It's not too tight.
Felt like the time was such a heavy pressure that they
It's
just wanted to
insane.
get straight there. It's a little bit of a quicker rotation. Sassy's managed to pick Solkast off.
Sean, what do you think about the
Huge,
footsteps
'cause that
being able to
splits
be
off the site completely.
used
You've
kind of
got a
how
player
Omen
who's
does his
pretty
ult,
much committed to holding B at the
where you
moment.
hit the
And
you hit
with
the
rotation
button
they
and
made
there's
afterwards,
a secondary one that pulls up a little map and you can just
comes
drop
over to
them.
support B. There is
anywhere.
a huge gap in this Liquid defense.
Oh,
The
that would be
Vikings
pretty
don't know
fucking
that.
wild.
Not like anywhere, but probably within like a range maybe.
Yeah, because that's actually really annoying. Because what I do a lot on bind is I'll put a pair of footsteps in hookah, and I'll try to put sometimes a pair of footsteps like short A. And basically, if I ever hear word of like a boom bot coming, I'll activate the footsteps, and the Rays can't take control of anything because the boom bot is blown up by the footsteps. I'm not sure if people know that. So I leave like traps all over the place at the start of the round, but it's so annoying because I have to do like all this running around the
Yeah.
map, and putting footsteps down and shit. So yeah, that'd be dope.
And there's no res to give them an even keel in this
Just
round,
wondering in a
so
world like
gonna almost take a
would that be
mistake
too
for the
good?
Vikings to give them a chance
'Cause,
to
like,
get into this one.
you can really fool people.
Yeah,
If you were
you
like
do a
you
lot.
can do that's a lot of control you give one person.
Yeah, imagine like you're fucking rotating from like U-Haul on bind and you drop a pair of footsteps right in front of the TP and you make the TP noise. and you
Yeah.
run out of spawn. Like that is insane.
Yeah.
How is anyone gonna know what to do?
Unless it can maybe it can be used in a way where it's played around maybe it's played around your gate crash. Like you have a little proximity around your gate crash where you can put footsteps, or just use them how they normally are to make it a little bit, I don't know, more fair, I guess. How do you fix that bit? How do you make that ability a little bit better, but not too good? I don't know.
Give Yuri a little iPad and let him actually just draw lines to control exactly where the footsteps go.
What if we buff Brim and buff Yoru, and Yoru technically steals Brimstone's iPad, and then Brim fucking has like global smokes the next day. He's like, oh, this whole time.
Well,
Didn't even need the iPad.
that's what isn't that kind of what you were talking about yesterday, Shroud? Like, make like a Rubik agent that
Yeah,
can steal someone's
yeah,
abilities, and
it's coming for sure. They'll think of something creative like that.
I like someone's idea to have like someone that could deny all this post plant utility. Like something like Bubble Boy, dude. You just hop on the spike and there's like a little bubble around you that protects you from all these mollies. But obviously you still get shot and stuff.
I was gonna say, as long as it doesn't block
Yeah.
bullets, like it's not a shield.
That'd be ridiculous if you could still get shot. Or you couldn't get shot.
I'm also wondering if there's going to be a counter agent to, like, I don't know how, like, the post plant meta and how strong it will be, but I wonder if there's gonna be like a counter agent that like dismisses everything around her or him or whoever, right?
Like EMP,
yeah,
Sombra from
yeah,
Overwatch,
like
right?
something like that. So like if something is well timed, then there's like the Killjoy utility plus freaking Brimstone Molly comes, and then you just counter all of that. I don't know.
That would be so insane. It would look so incredible on an esport level if someone was capable of like doing that to perfect timing, because you would probably have to hit insane timings.
Yeah, but what about even taking it further? Like, just like Sombra, you can hack something and you steal it, and then all of a sudden the enemy cipher trip turns into your cipher trip. But to the enemy cipher, you wouldn't know. Like, that would be like the hack. That'd be kind of OP, but kind of sick, maybe.
You think people int on Yoru in ranked? I can only imagine someone picking that shit in ranked. Just total inting. They would like take control of like the dumbest shit. Like borrow a shock dart.
Just zap the shock dart out of midair and just like, nope, that's mine. That might be good. You're able to like kill something midair with one of your abilities.
Yeah. What do you think
Like
of all? You guys run a lot of Sage Spencer, so now that I have this fresh in my mind, what do you think of all these wall diffuses that it's particularly Fnatic, like the vertical walls? I don't know.
Yeah. Where you have to like break the entire wall to be able to shoot.
It's fucking insane. They've stuck so many spikes doing that.
I mean, it's one of the only things you can really do to stop the stupid 17 post plant stuff with everyone spamming.
Yeah. It's like
actually, I think that's like a way you beat Sentinels. I feel like Sentinels does a lot too, where they get a plant, especially on Haven, they run away and just try to spam the bomb diffuser. At B and C especially.
This was looking like more
good exit.
That's why you play Raze, though.
Oh, the slow with the brim volley.
Shit.
Oh,
That's so smart.
That is beautiful.
I don't know if they needed to fucking burn the corpses though. That's a little bit of a just light all the corpses on fire.
that was a lot.
No chance for Vikings. 2 players left. 25 seconds. Spike down, Mitch. How do you get out of this one?
You don't get out of this one, Tom. This is done and dusted. Surely a 5 versus 2. If you had 2 judges, you're good. But no, oh man, 15 seconds.
Good thing yours alive.
About how much damage they can do, really, and possibly saving the weapon. But no.
Damn.
Look, I don't like all the passive-aggressive comments coming at my boy GTN, alright?
It's nothing about him as a player, it's just the agent.
This is H. That is not what you want to see, the Jet and the Yoru on the bottom, by the way. Yikes.
Those are the ones that just drain you. Look at the flash that came in.
Alt slow is so insane, man. And they had to run through a Viper wall, so they're not even at full HP.
I love it. Like, these
So
are the
dead.
things you get from Liquid, where you know that this is something that
Dude, I wish I could just, with Yoru footsteps, when I leave them in a location, I could just make them pulse one step. There's so many times I played like a 1v1 trying to like fake a tap with a step, but it's just so hard to do because the only way it works is you have to like line it up correctly where it only steps once into a wall and then there's no more steps. But I wish I could just like tap, look at my steps, make it pulse one step.
That's a fun little trick you just said. To put him one step into a wall and trick people.
Yeah,
like
it's that you could do it. It's just really difficult.
Put out the Trailblazer.
TL looks really good on Haven, man. They're synergizing off of each other really good.
I like the Sage following up the dog.
Like the fact that you coordinate that with Scream as well, right? Because Solcus is the one using the utility. It's almost like an extra flash in a way when it's jumping in their face and stunning them like that. Liquid looking to just double down on that economic advantage that they already have.
What's like
And for
the
Vikings,
the
I do
normal
like that
score
they're taking
line on this
round
map,
super slow.
Spencer? What do you want?
Obviously,
What's
the fights they've
okay
taken didn't
leaving
really
the
work
attacker
out for
half
them, the one
in your
window
eyes?
and then in towards
I mean,
the
we've came
barrier.
back. I mean, we were down like 9-3 against T1 and came back. I feel like you can make it do with like 4.
You know, they'll just
Really?
barrel in for fast
I think so.
strategy.
You think it's
And it
heavily
can work,
defender sided?
But Vikings are showing that extra depth. From what
I
we saw in the
actually
previous
think
maps,
it's the other way. I think
slowing
it's
it down
attacker
for those
sided.
picks.
You just think
As
it's possible
unsuccessful as it
in
is.
this
Yeah.
game? Yeah, that's to make it go either way.
Well, they now got 15 seconds, so unless they're planning
the
on
lurk,
winning
look at the
this
lurk.
one in a very short amount of time, unfortunately,
Yo.
the only thing they can really hope to do is die. Because
Oh, he
you
did
don't
it.
want to just have some poorer weaponry saved. They actually managed to turn this into a doable position, though. Spike going to be
Sure has
planted.
his
The
ult.
2 versus
Oh,
3.
God.
They've retrieved the Phantom as well, and the operator from Yampi needs to connect.
Okay.
Well, before I can even finish the sentence,
He has his
landed
ult.
the shot.
I've
It's
seen
left
Spencer
onto
win these
Sassy.
before.
He needs to put that board power to use.
He
as
also has
wants
the
to
timing on the
rotate in
flank.
from
Gets
behind.
one, ults the bomb
Neither
planner.
player
I think it's too
really
smart.
Oh, he's just way too aware. I'm actually. Did they know he was there? I'm actually so surprised he wasn't playing for. Like they didn't expect him to be playing from the ult long C.
Yeah. That's so heads up by Link.
Yeah,
Wow.
considering we ended up in what, a 1 versus 2, which okay, the time wasn't
Probably
very
just an
low,
EU
but
brain play.
with a good
Yeah.
flank,
Probably just like.
I mean, what else is there to watch for like the time that you're gonna be setting up? Like Killjoy was doing, like setting up the turret and probably getting ready to tap. So if it's coming anyway, why not cover your flank just in case it'll happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just leave the Killjoy to be peaked from long. I don't know if he tapped it, but if he did tap it, then if Sova's long C and just jiggles from the far side, he sees Killjoy and kills him probably.
To play with after this round, whereas Liquid, they are rolling in
Just going
credits.
for a drone tag. Ult.
Oh, this
Maybe.
is fast. They're doing the same again. This is the dimensional drift straight in. It's going to almost be that.
Dude, what if he just blind ults with his guys?
No,
He
he did it. He stuck it.
Yeah, there's. Do you know if you get blind in your Euro ult? You do, right?
But they have got the sight now, Mitch.
I don't know actually.
Because I'm wondering if like, what if a Sky Flash just like drops on the Yoru and then Yoru comes out and just owns?
Holy shit, you're onto something. That's actually nuts. You send the bird with him.
Yeah. Because it's kind of like the same theory as like what Jet does, but way better because you know exactly where to flash.
Holy shit, how would you stop that?
I mean, you can't. You just die. You can't
Yeah,
stop
you-
that. That's why you gotta. I mean, you gotta use yours ult in a way that you guarantee one, right? And that's how you do it.
Oh, you don't mean we're just supposed to go behind them and just hope that they're not looking at us?
Fury activated, but they're still gonna get it halfway. There it is, firing in for a little bit more, but he needs the
Oh,
kill.
it almost-
it
was almost.
Wow.
But he got it. And the time is too
Damn.
low.
What a
He's
round.
actually
He's
won
too
the
strong
round.
or what?
What's up,
I mean, that was just such a good play for the one person to get to half, and then after he missed the second shot, the other guy stuck it after that. They should have won that, I think. That was crazy.
Okay, so apparently, according to chat, he does get flashed, but since his vision is kind of like less, just like whatever that ability is that makes your vision less, you can like spot somebody and then have like back up, and then the flash will pop where you were. You know what I mean? You won't really get
Yeah.
blind.
Okay, I got you. So as long as it's like out of the near sight, you're safe.
Apparently, I'd have to test it. That's what chat said. Are they right? Usually not.
They just guess.
Yeah, they
And
guess.
sound really confident.
Yeah, they're always confident, but usually wrong.
This map, they are out of the tournament. They are the last hope.
That's what happens when you're behind a keyboard, dude.
This tournament as well. You could put the whole of South America in that bracket after crew.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, that hits that just. It's too real. I'm sorry.
Region. The Vikings are looking to try and cling on already. Looking at that deep hold into middle. A bit of a challenge potentially coming in a moment with Scream still waiting around that angle. And they're now going to go hunting for info.
Oh, they'll get a little bit, but there is a second player here to support Link, getting his time to shine on
Scream
this
is so
B-side
blind.
defense.
Ew.
He's being spotted and taken down real quick, but that's the spike.
Okay, they might end this half with
Traded there
6, dude.
immediately. Vikings realizing
Winnable.
that they've left the president back there and they've got to go protect him.
Actually, Yumpy's ult.
Now left out, locked out of this B
I got
side.
Cass
Liquid
watching right
trying
now,
to
and
go
he's
back
just
in
kind
and
of
find some space,
embarrassed.
but
He's
Tarzan backside
embarrassed.
just too strong.
What's he saying?
Leaving Yampi alone. He has
I don't know. Let's
lockdown,
see if
but
he'll
unlikely to use
give us
it.
a comment.
Even going to the
Cass, what do you
sheriff
think?
in case he gets double peeked on.
Nope.
This is going to be a tough
Silence
one
does
to
it
No
all.
thoughts.
because there's two
Yep,
players
I
with similar
agree with them.
scopes before, but the trade
Yampy
is
on Killjoy?
immediately there from Sassy.
That's probably what he's saying.
6
Like,
to
why is this
5,
guy playing
Vikings
Killjoy?
are
He's just
keeping it
throwing
He
like that.
real
started the
close.
comp and had no
Might just
word.
be able to equalize coming into the last round of the half.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. Like winning the bonus round or winning the force buy round, I guess, in the second of the half, and then converting the next.
Dude, I seriously love how the replays have the settings of the players. That is so
It
sick.
doesn't necessarily feel that way.
How did CS not figure that out after all these years and like the first tournament Valorant has it?
Well, you wonder if it must just be like each individual POV is being recorded and sent out, right? So you wonder if that actually hurts the FPS on their individual computers.
Ooh, true.
I guess it depends though. It depends on how they pull it,
Whoa, up
right?
and
They
over
could,
we
if
go.
they're
Farzad
sweaty enough, they might have
smile
capture cards
on
for it.
Yampy's the one to pick up the
They might have
kill,
something
but
else doing it. I doubt it though. I highly doubt it.
I would imagine it has to be a capture card. No way they're requiring them to dual stream.
But at the same time though, like you can very easily with very little resources pull a feed. It doesn't have to be insane quality. You just gotta pull a feed. Like with these new GPUs, you can do that with ease.
It kind of does need to be
If
good
they're
quality.
unreleased,
It doesn't need to be insane quality. It just needs to be there, you know?
I guess.
Like if you just
You're
use
not
like
wrong.
NVIDIA's like recording system, like that doesn't use much at all.
They didn't even need to use any of their ultis to make that happen.
I'm old. You're probably right.
Could have been more, especially the way that some of the rounds went. But
Sean's older than me though, so just in case anyone's wondering.
Yeah, I don't understand half the words you guys are saying, actually.
Gonna give them 5 and going into the defensive half, it's not bad for them. My only worry is that they are a team that likes to be that little bit more aggressive. They like to try and take map control. You see some of the players normally sat on the Rays and the Phoenix, for example, looking to try and
I'm not gonna lie, when you guys start talking about capture cards, my eyes like glazed over. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Do you one PC stream?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's too much work to figure out how to do 2, bro. I'm fucking too old to figure that shit out.
Like they are a team that has
Guess it's a good thing you play Valorant. I mean that because like the game doesn't take too much to run.
Lead them towards closing this series and continuing in that lower bracket.
Oh, great info on the jump.
Wait, what is that Boomer Pepe that's clapping your chat? What is that emote?
But the duels just don't seem to be going
Boomer
Liquid's
Pepe?
way until
What?
Solkis somehow
Oh, it's an
picks
XQC
up
emote. I was
beside
like, I've
them.
never seen
Hunting
that
with the
before.
trade to put it all onto Suitcast.
You're not a juicer?
Pushed out by that.
Is that what he calls us up?
Just on the
Yeah.
edge of
Yeah.
smoke. He thought that was his timing to move, but no.
I'm a proud juicer.
8 to 5 we go. And Liquid, they just
They're all
seem to
10
be
years old.
untouchable. when
They
it comes to
really
pistol
are.
rounds.
Drinking out of juice
There's
boxes,
so
man.
many now, dude.
They don't seem that they
It's actually a
are.
very
They
fitting,
haven't lost a pistol so far in this series.
like,
They
thing.
lose the second round though. The only issue I have with that is I don't think they're gonna force on the defensive side. It's nowhere near as common.
Like, surely you put those guys in the dirt when you play like
They've
Rust
lost-
and stuff with them, right?
They've lost 2
Huh?
pistols in
play
Masters
like-
so far.
I don't
You don't
play
play-
Rust with them.
2
You were
pistol
in like
rounds
all
out
those fucking insane games
of close to 10. I think
Oh, why did
that
you
might have
do
been
where they were all
that?
tweeting about that shit.
I wasn't sure how many maps there were, but like that's pretty insane.
They can't even make it to Shroud. They play against
I-
each other and they all just.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
even know
it's-
what you're talking about.
He's too good for their games.
Yeah.
That's all I'm learning right now. Is
Like Shroud, Tyler, like they're just all on their own private server. Like they can't even touch them.
In the third round, whereas
You guys aren't allowed
CS,
in,
like,
you're too
what,
good.
Round 4, kind of you can get like a 3-0 lead. So it's not as.
Oh, you're talking about like all the OTV drama, right?
We've seen
with
it
all
many
that
times
shit?
with the ultimates, there's so many different
Yeah, like
Yeah, I
that
didn't even
stuff
play
with,
on the
like,
same server.
those
Sakuno's
pistols are
base and just typing in 1, 2, 3, 4 and
so
stealing
many
all
of
of his
those
shit in front of him.
I played on the same server a little later when it went to shit.
Vikings force by round number 2 of the previous half. They're not going to do it here on the defense. Instead, playing with sheriffs.
So
playing
wait,
with Shorty, and a
I gotta
classic,
ask you a
see what they
question.
can make happen
Did
in
you
first
and
half,
Tyler
and
ever
look to go
do
into the next round
the
and take
GTA
that
RP
W with
thing?
9-5.
like you guys were talking about a long time ago?
Yeah, off stream though.
It's slow.
Oh,
It was me, Tyler, Matt, and TJ. We were robbing houses and shit.
Your guys' ideas were so good. Back when you were like pitching it to me, I was like, yes, yes.
I just GTRP on stream fucking blows.
It's just boring.
No, it's just it's part of the reason why XQC got permabanned on NoPixel. It's just because everybody Like, whether XQC did something wrong or didn't doesn't matter. The main point is he has so many viewers that everyone's gonna, they're just a bunch of fucking leeches, all of them. And they're just stuck to the person, and they'll do anything and everything to get any form of clout, any form of reaction, and that's just annoying as shit. And I'm assuming XQC got permabanned finally because people just pester and pester and pester, and they push and they push and they push. And XQC is not the kind of person to just remain calm. He's gonna break.
Yeah,
he's
fucked up. They troll him for the...
They literally push him to his limit, and then he freaks out, and then they expect like what do they expect?
That's a good point. That would be.
And that's exactly how it felt when I played, man. The second anyone hears Summit's voice, right, a bunch of fucking just vultures, bro. Vultures, all of them. It's terrible.
You're mad about this, right? Oh my
It's
God.
because the only reason I'm mad is because I used to play like role play servers in the past, back when, you know, streaming was just non-existent, like Xfire and all that bullshit, right? And it was so much more fun when there was no content creation. It was just people actually wanting to roleplay.
Dude, you would shut down we would end practice, and I'd be like, oh, Shroud is going to stream for like his like thousands of viewers, and you'd be playing like Batman. I'd be like, what the fuck? He's playing like, you've always been that person that just plays these games. So yeah, I could definitely see how that would be fucking super annoying for you, because you're not about that. Like, that's not.
I think something they're gonna feel.
Yeah,
I don't know, it's weird.
I could tell you would find that super annoying, because you just want the pure experience of the game.
Yeah, I just want to play the game and have it, you know, fun, somewhat genuine. The only time I kind of pushed the not genuine experience was in PUBG. Just so many stream snipers. And then I just ran with it, too. Like, fuck it, dude. Everybody come at me. Why not?
Just get like 40 kill games.
I would kill like 15 unarmed people every game.
Wait, I've seen those clips like at the start, like you're fully kitted and there's just a bunch of people trying to punch you, like running around you.
Yep. By the end of it, it's like 40 kills. Like, all right.
Now gonna know there's only one player currently within this C site. Right at the back of it, Sadiki just trying his best to survive. Yumpy, he's got a perfect lurk position as well. Already.
Come on, Yoru.
One of the rotations.
This is it.
He's doing a damn good job. Somehow he's still surviving.
Bro,
he was in position.
Can Yoru ever throw a good flash, or he's only flashing his team? Did you see how high that was?
Yeah.
If he flashed, like, he literally blinded his plat player as they were swinging on him.
We'll call that a Sean flash from now on.
Okay.
As Team Liquid, both players on the site. Orb goes up. Oh man, I mean, this is a worst case scenario, really. All that Viper utility there holding you back.
Oh, look at it, look at it.
Put the TP through. That will have been heard by Cryptics, though. They'll be ready for it. A flash you would expect to come on in, but they don't have one to play with.
Got him.
Just go in for the peaks on this.
He just
takes them out. That is nasty. And I guess GTM probably put that down to bait out.
Like, I don't know why you don't. Oh, man. You could have, like, instead of just blindly throwing a run out like that, where obviously it's a fake, you could at least, like, double up to one side and then send a couple fake footsteps spawn side, but safely so they don't see it. That way they at least think spawn and garage. But instead, he just throws them through.
You can tell the difference between the sounds of the footies.
Yeah, you can. But you gotta do it in a way where you just make it. When you wanna play Yoru to do something like that, you wanna do it in a way where you only fake like 2 footsteps. You don't want it to extend too long, because that's when it's really obvious.
Oh, that's all. You can still do it where you can, like, if you right click the footstep, it like stays in place, right?
Yeah.
You can hit him later. Yeah. I don't think I've seen him do that yet.
We need an EST person for
That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't exactly see where he was, but I'm assuming he came from spawn to garage. On his way from spawn to garage, he could have right clicked some steps there and then used them later.
How could you?
That's just rude, man.
Yeah.
Spencer, time of death. We're gonna need a time of death here.
It's
11-5, one map down.
3:03 p.m.
3:03 p.m. Mark it down, guys. Brazil's going home.
What?
What?
Don't-
He roped you into that.
What?
I love Brazil.
You did it,
I
Spencer.
think the Brazilian teams are great. I just think that this Yoru pick is kind of troll.
The thing is, though, well, we're getting
Roped
back
you
to
into
the
that.
Vikings, I'm not
Yeah, no
surprised.
way you're
Yeah,
doing this to me, Sean.
away from elimination. Instead,
It's a good way to make enemies, Sean.
Look, I didn't say anything. Someone edit that shit can go.
That's a real good way to make enemies. That knife? You
Yeah,
never
dude.
knife. No.
At a big land like this on an elimination game,
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Can we get a replay? Let's go 0.1 speed, okay? 0.1 speed. Yeah, on the knife. Yeah, yeah.
We all know Sapphire's the nice one. We all know that.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not Prius. I'll tell you that. But no, 11 to 5. What a way to get there, man. I mean, we're saying the round is.
HIKO, have you been to
irrelevant, but
Brazil?
I feel like when you pull out that knife,
Yeah,
it
one
takes on
time.
some meaning. It's like, because as you said, Tom, there's no benefit to going for that.
It was
If that guy
great.
180s on you.
One
then,
of
I
my
mean,
favorite places I've
look,
ever
of
visited.
all the people
Of course.
to go for that kind of play.
I've actually never been.
After
Have
the
you been,
game we
Shredder?
saw from them, after
Yeah.
You guys went for a turn. You
Yeah,
won.
we won
You
that.
won that
Yeah,
turn.
yeah.
Yeah.
Early chances, whatever.
Just whatever. Don't even remember it.
Only lost one map. It's not a big deal.
That turn was actually insane.
Where in Brazil did you go, Shroud?
You were there.
That's a great question. I don't know.
Were you at the same one I was at? It was like EPL
Yeah.
finals, Sao Paulo, I think. Is that what it
That
was?
sounds right. That sounds right. Yeah.
No, but that was hilarious the other day.
That was a fucking insane tournament by you guys. Jordan, you were also there for the mouse sports thing, right? Where you stood in?
I've been there like 4 times.
Are all your results are good or what? Is that your place?
No, they're all right.
Brazil buff
Yeah.
for Jordan.
Belo Horizonte with Now Sports, we should have won. BO5 versus FaZe, we lost 5th match.
Yeah, that was hard. I was watching you guys. So surprised. You guys
We
played
played the
so well.
the WCGs back in the day. I played in Brazil, Chile, and like Ecuador, or something, or Brazil and Chile, and yeah, somewhere.
11 to 5 we go. We
Cool
have a little bit of
places.
a tactical
Really
timeout,
unique.
and I think Vikings are going to be the ones that are gaining the most value from that, let's say. Obviously, both teams and the ability to chill out and recover from what was a.
I think we're gonna see a lot more skies moving forward.
The most
think so
important part
too.
begins. Vikings have
I feel like
to
most
really
teams are running
focus
Sky.
on
A lot of teams are running Sky over Sova
Yeah,
too.
already.
losing this
Yeah.
one, even just
Interesting.
2
I guess it's like a mini Sova, the dog.
out of Masters.
Not as good though as the drone, but it's solid.
Yeah. It's like Breach and Sova had a baby.
I just think you lose a lot, and the still the single or double sentinel meta. You're losing a lot not having a Sova to be able to kill utility.
Sounds like a coping Sova.
I mean,
What a coping Sova would say, actually.
yeah, but think about it. A map like Haven, their Killjoy or Cypher's always holding 2 lines. You just find where they are, you kill their stuff, and what do they do? Their rotations are just ruined.
There's only 30 seconds left. Sudicast, he's normally been superb in these
Good
sort of
case.
scenarios, but he's actually going to get forced off.
Dude, I just remember. Do you
He does have a little
guys
bit
remember
of
like the
support, but
conference
Pete
before the
goes back
tourney
out.
started?
It's
Jordan?
traded by GTM, but they need to clear some
What?
of
Oh, in
the
Brazil?
Yeah.
for the plant.
I literally just
On
clicked
security?
on security. Yeah, that was the first time I've ever. It was crazy.
Wait, I remember that.
Yeah, it was
I
wild.
was on Liquid at that time, right? I must have been.
That was like the first time I've ever heard from like a conference like that. They're like, oh, if you're being stood up, like if someone has a knife, if someone has just give them everything. I was like, what in the world? We're here to play games. I was so confused.
Give the back.
I was so confused at that meeting. They made us have a meeting for security there, and we're just there to play games. And all these things. Jesus. Needless to say, I didn't go outside. I stayed in my hotel room.
Dude, I heard
think we
an
all did.
insane story. I can't even say from who.
Can you say it on stream?
Someone on Liquid when they went to
That's
Russia.
just not. Oh, okay, no.
No, it wasn't you that told me, Spencer. I'm not even sure if you're
Okay.
aware of it. You might have not been on the. I don't know.
I've never been to Russia, so it was after me.
Okay. Basically, their car, they got in like a road rage fight where some dude's like shooting at them.
What?
What?
Or some shit like that. Yeah, I don't. It was insane.
About to Tactics Nitro right now.
Hold up. I'll tell you who to tag.
More importantly, Sadaki's getting a lot of
You message me?
They should know
Yeah.
He's actually still here.
Wait, are you saying this
Wait,
was
we're not friends.
at an event?
Wait, I'm not friends with any
I'm
of you
so
guys.
confused.
I'm not friends with Jordan either. Shroud?
Friends with who?
On what?
On what?
On Discord. Oh, I can't even add you.
Yeah, no. Sorry, we're.
in a lot of trouble right now. Liquid are about to use their nano swarm and probably
I'm not friends with anyone either. I added you guys. Shroud's not accepting this play.
Yeah, I couldn't add Shroud either.
I'll add you
Maybe
guys
one time.
in just a second.
And instead, they're gonna get out of there.
I just started using Discord more, honestly. I realized it was good. I used to dislike it.
Wait, the Yoru got detained? No.
I think he was hoping that inside his ult he wouldn't.
No, you don't get detained in your ult.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so his
That's actually
ult
kind of
faded
sick.
like
So it
half a
ended at
second
perfect
before.
time. Okay. I had no idea that you don't. I've never gambled that.
That's why I was so upset yesterday when we were using spacebar and I clicked the wrong button because I timed it wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
the cat.
that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Wait, you can spam the lower side of that box?
I was
Only with a guardian, I'm pretty sure.
I think Odin too, right?
Yeah, well, anything with high pen.
Sheriff too, then.
Yeah. The sheriff would hit with like nothing though, you know.
I'll do like 13
Yeah,
damage.
yeah, you hit him for like 15s. All right, well that was expected.